Hello beautiful, welcome back to another video. Today y'all, I'm giving y'all a tutorial. Have y'all been seeing this knotless bob with the cute little curls at the bottom go viral? I'm gonna be doing that for y'all today. So first we're gonna start off. I did have some 52-inch hair. My client asked for 99J, and unfortunately they don't have that color in the shorter length, so I did have to just buy the 52-inch and I cut it in half. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and feather the hair myself by hand. I hate doing this. I absolutely hate doing it, but I got it done. It's pretty easy. I mean, especially because I'm doing knotless braids, so it doesn't have to be super perfect. Now, if I was doing box braids, I would need this to be like perfectly feathered. But since I'm just doing knotless, I'm gonna feed it in anyways. It works out well. So yeah, as you can see, one end is not as good as the other, but that's okay. It still works for this style. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. As you can see, I did go ahead and section off her nape. I have that back section just section off. I'm gonna do 4 rows back here. I would consider this size to be medium. This is my medium size knotless braids. If I was just doing a regular, knotless braid, I typically do my bobs in medium size because I do like to make the braids really full and make sure that she has enough braids to, give the bob a nice look. I feel like if there's not enough braids, then the bob just doesn't look right. So I just default to medium size knotless braids whenever I do a knotless bob. So yes, as you can see with this style, the key is to not braid it all the way to the end. I do braid just a little bit past her hair and then I put a knot there. If you want to know exactly how I knot my braids whenever I, do the curly ends, let me know. I can make a video for y'all, maybe like a short or something. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Just doing a regular knotless braids, and the only difference is I'm just not braiding it all the way to the end. So I based the length of the braids on where she wanted it to stop. We didn't want this to be, too long of a bob, but she does have longer hair, so I definitely needed to make it long enough to go past her hair, so it could still be a protective style and her hair not be peeking out. And yeah, so that's what we did as far as the length. Now, a little detail about this client specifically. Her last time coming to me, I actually did a knotless bob on her before, and we were going to leave out some curly hair. She had some bundles that she had bought, and yeah, I did the style for her. However, she did not like it. It was not up to, what she wanted. And unfortunately, that happens sometimes, I can't really remember exactly what happened, but she didn't like it and I had to give her some money back. And look at us today. She's back in my chair. This is what having good customer service does. It gives you that client retention, and clients come back even when you don't get it right. So yeah, make sure that you are giving good customer service. Now, as y'all can see, I did go ahead and pre-part the top of her head. That just makes it easier when I'm braiding. It gives me a nice little guide to let me know how much I have left and to make sure that all the parts are almost perfect in size and similar to each other. So okay, so here I will show y'all how I get the length of the braids the same. As you can see, when I get to the front, I did bring the braids that are in the back to the side so that I can compare and make sure that I'm braiding down far enough so that the braids will be all the same and match the ones in the back. So as you see, I just brought it to the side. I used the guide off of her shoulder so that when those braids fall to the side, they will, still be symmetrical and even with the braids in the back. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm about to put the rods on so that I can curl her hair. So what you want to do is, I use the gray rods. You can use whatever color you want, honestly. The colors are based on the size, so I chose to use the gray ones. They weren't too small, but they also weren't too big. As you see, I start with the very end of the hair and I just wrap it around first. And then I'm going to start rolling up just a little bit to secure the end, and then I'm going to roll the rod around the hair. And then I will secure it like that. So that's a little tip for you. Just, start with the end so that you can make sure that the rod stays on and it doesn't come down as you are dipping it in the hot water, and then just roll the rod around the hair. Yeah, then you just dip it in the hot water. Be very, very careful when you're using hot water. You don't want to burn yourself or your client. All right, now here's a quick tip for when you use rods to curl the ends of your client's hair. Blow dry the hair with the rods on before you take them out. The better, or the longer you let the hair dry with the rods in, the better the curls will last and they'll look. As you're gonna see at the end of the video how great these curls look. They were so juicy and just so perfect. So yeah, I highly recommend that you blow dry the hair with the rods in. And as you can see here, one of the rods, it did, like at the back, I think this was like the first one that I did, and I realized that the way that I rodded it, or I rolled the hair on, it didn't work well. So that one came down. So that's why I was saying, secure the ends first and then roll the hair around to make sure that that doesn't happen. So I had to re-dip that one to make sure that the curl came out great. But yeah, and then just continue blow drying. I would say just blow dry for like, maybe 3 minutes, not too long. You don't want to let it dry, but, just get it dry enough. And here is the reveal of the curls. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had to use the purple rods because I ran out of gray rods, excuse me. And I was like, I'm not finna sit here and dip all this hair and then come back around and dip the rest of these. Like, dip it one time and then reuse the ones again to dip the rest of them. I hate doing that. So the purple rods were about the same as the gray rods in, size. But the only thing was the purple rods had those little teeth, or those little pointy parts on them. I think they're meant more so for like natural hair. And as I was taking them out, they were just really hard to get out. Like the hair kept getting caught on them because of the little pokey things. So yeah, quick tip, don't use the rods that have those things on them, because it will tangle the hair and kind of mess up your curl pattern even. Now I did kind of lay her edges just a little bit, so I put that paper around her edges as I was, doing the curls and dipping it in the hot water. But look at the curl. She loves it. It's so pretty. Now on to the mousse, most people's favorite part. And yeah, so you just rake through the curls just to separate them and make sure that each braid is separate. And then you want to go ahead and trim any of those little straight pieces. As I was, wrapping the hair around, I did notice some of the hair was a little bit longer. So I did want to just make sure that I went through and clipped those in so that all the hair could be curled and look uniformed. And I would highly recommend that you do the same. At this point, I did get my client to sit up so that I could, make sure that the curls are even across her back. And it has this nice little U shape as, the hair lays on the back. So that when she pulls it forward, it just looks really, really cute and nice. And here is the final look. Let me know what y'all think in the comment. I actually think that it turned out really, really cute. I love it. It's very lightweight. The braids are full. But yes, y'all, if nobody has told you recently, just know that I love you. You matter. You're important and you're amazing. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.